We don't have our mics again, so let us know if we are 5 by 5 on here. I know it takes a minute for it to load up, so give it a second.
I have a garage sale this weekend, so hopefully we'll make enough money to
Yeah,
buy
I'm hoping to be able
Microphone.
to get a microphone and maybe like a webcam or something, so we can do it from the computer screen and try it that way.
Yep.
Because I've been looking for a mic for the iPhone, because that's what we use to film on right now. But I can't really find anything except those little lapels or whatever they're called.
lapel.
Yeah. That's why I said, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it lapel?
Lapel. My country twang in there. But how are you guys doing today? Can you guys hear us okay? It's a little staticky. It might be from the fan. It could be that reason. Might be able to turn the fan a little bit lower. Hold on 1 second and let me adjust.
I check the weather.
Yeah, we'll keep it like that. Is that any better for you guys? Is that better? Turned it down a little. I think the fan is interfering with everything. So
Earlier when I was mowing the grass, I went in and checked the weather. It was saying at that time it was 100 degrees, 51% humidity, which made it 125 heat index.
yeah, so it's been
And
hot and
AC is not working.
yeah, with no
Still.
AC. We've got a window unit in our bedroom, but that's it. And otherwise we use fans.
Well,
So
we're
it's-
getting acclimated to it, so if we lose electricity, if everybody loses electricity,
Well, that's a good thing too, you know, in shift or something like that, being able to handle that, because that is kind of important. We've become, like, they used to do it way back years ago before there were ACs and stuff like that. We've gotten so spoiled, I guess is what I should say, with all these.
when I was working on the flat line, I was used to the heat. I was in Cancun, July. Everybody else was sweating and I wasn't.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you can get used to it too. I mean, and that's probably something everybody should try every once in a while, because I think a lot of people just would not be able to make it
Yeah.
with that kind of thing. Okay, anyway, if you guys are new or something, I'm Kelly, and that's Rambo,
Or Matt.
or whichever, and we're the Prepping Artists, and welcome. This video is going to be a little bit different than our normal videos. It won't take a whole hour to go through this testimony, but I thought it was really,
Unless everybody wants to talk.
yeah, and if that's fine, then we'll just talk about that. I do have a couple what ifs and other things, and whatever you guys want to talk about too, that's here right now, and I'll go through and say hi to you guys in just a minute. But if you're watching this later on, not live, like after the fact, when it's back up on YouTube, you guys, I really do stress that even though it's not a normal prepping type video, to please watch this, because I think it's very important for people to give their testimonies. I think that's kind of what God wants us to do. And also, somebody out there might just get a really good word of encouragement or something that can help them. Maybe they're going through some stuff, and I think that this is a good way to feel better about, you know what
Then I was saying if we had a basement we could hang out. I'm
No.
thinking about at least building a little bunker to start with, and then we could hang out there and be cooler.
like a storm cellar or something.
Yeah, root cellar, storm cellar, something, you know.
Something like that, yeah. Okay, let's see. Who's in the house first? We got Minuteman was here first. Thank you so much. We've been so busy today between packing, and we're gonna have a garage sale on Saturday, and probably like every Saturday for a couple weeks and stuff. So we've been really busy doing that stuff. So I had to put it up early just to make sure that I had the time to get it ready and stuff. So
I had to mow. Don't want the HOA mad at us.
yeah, that's another reason we don't like this place, because it's got an HOA, and I mean, it's not very expensive, but the fact that they're all up in your business all the time and stuff and telling you what you can and can't do. I will never ever live in a place with HOAs again. It's ridiculous.
I'm considering getting goats for our next place.
When we were actually looking at houses and different things, I was amazed at how many different places actually had HOAs, and some of them were expensive. I'm talking like $400 a month and stuff.
I saw
I'm like,
one that
wow.
was almost $1,000 a month.
Yeah, for an HOA, that's pretty ridiculous if you ask me.
And then if you add extremely high property taxes in Texas, you're looking at a double a house payment between HOAs and the property taxes.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. So who's in the house today? We've got Katrinka LOL. Thank you for being here. Michael G, Sandy, Always Survive, Kevin Ramsey, Coffee First, GMA Nana. Thank you to mods for being here and for helping us out. It's so appreciated. You guys have no idea. It helps us so much. Joni Friedels, Opie Khan, Mary Miles. I don't remember if I said hi to you yet or not. Misty, hey. I saw that John Prepper Nation was in here. He's lurking. He's listening while he's doing some stuff. Let's see. If I've missed someone, I am so sorry. Ed Williams.
If John's still in here, can't wait to make another trip out to Pigeon Forge.
Stephanie Lake. All right, if I missed you guys, I'm sorry. I'll try to catch you when I see you. Yep, Misty's here. She's like, I'm here. Okay, so I guess we're gonna kind of get into this. The first thing I want to do is I want to tell you guys is something that happened. This was about 3 months ago. When were my dreams? Like about three months ago, maybe. They were like about 3 months ago, and I'm not going to get into a lot of detail about the dreams. They were very short, and I had 2 of them, the exact same one. They were rapture dreams, and I think the reason that I had them was because at that time I was just going through a lot of things. I was letting the devil kind of get to me and eat me up and stuff, and I just wasn't feeling like I was worthy and that I wasn't going to heaven, and I was really worried about it and different things. And I think that's why I had these 2 dreams when I did. I had one, I think it was like about a week apart from each other. One of the weird things about them.
You gotta get a cigar cutter.
Okay. One of the weird things about them was that in the dream, I could see myself standing like by my kitchen, and we have these carpeted stairs that go upstairs. And in the dream, that's what it was. And so I was kind of feeling like, oh no, that means that we're not going to be moving or anything, because this is the house that I'm getting raptured in. We're going to be stuck here. I was just really nervous about it and stuff. He tried to tell me that, it's just, this is the house that I'm at and my mind's seeing and stuff. And I'm like, well, no, God could show me what the house that I'm going to be in is like, because he knows those kind of things. Well, we were looking for houses at this time, and I just wasn't finding anything that we were liking. We had the problems where we were, where we weren't able to leave Texas, we found out. I could, but I have to go through a long process. It just takes time, effort, possibly money in order to do that. So I'm like, okay, well, and plus it would be cheaper to move in Texas. I'm like, all right, let's just look and see if we find anything in Texas that we like. We weren't finding anything. It's been about 2, 3, maybe a month of looking. Weren't finding anything. And
I've been looking for in Texas all along as well.
Right, but for the last like month or something, we were really looking pretty strongly in Texas, on the east side. And then all of a sudden, this house popped up, and it was very nice. And I was looking at the pictures of it, of the inside of it and everything, and I just I stopped and I like stared at it, and he's like looking at me like, what, are you having an epiphany or what is going on? And I'm just like, my mouth was like all open wide and everything, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, what? I said, that's the house. That's the house of my dream. And he's like, really? I'm like, yes. I said, those stairwells with the carpet, I haven't seen any other house with carpet stairs either. Most of them have wood and stuff. And I said, and it was right by the kitchen, and it looked almost similar to kind of like how ours looks, the setup at it. And I was like, that's the house, not this one that we're at, that one. And so I was like, okay, so we need to try to figure out how to get this house. Now this is where everything gets even more crazy and wild, and you're just not going to believe it.
We've been doing some highs and lows in there in this.
This has been a crazy process. Originally the house was set at $75,000 over what our budget is, what we were approved for. So we're like, okay, well, it's not going to work. Well, they lowered it and to where it was 19,000 over our budget.
You might as well say 20 because 19.
It was 99 or something. Like 20,000 over our budget. And I'm like, okay, well, I talked to the realtor, told her that we liked it.
And I told her I'm just about ready to submit an offer right now.
Yeah, she did, because it's a few hours away. We didn't want to drive out there, didn't have the time and stuff. I was like, just go through, do a video tour. She did. It looked nice, great, everything about it. I was like, and she found out, she told me, she said, okay, well, there's already been offers on the house. She's like, I'm not sure when they're going to be presenting them to the seller. She said, but the seller's realtor said that go ahead and put in the offer and he will present them. You know, she didn't know when, but probably quickly.
It's like
so,
ours is like the second, maybe third offer.
Yeah, it was like the third offer. And already the house was, like I said, 19,000, 20,000 over what we could do. So she went ahead and put in the offer of our max, what we were allowed to do.
20,000 less than their asking.
Yeah, 20,000 less than their asking price. Now, when we've been looking at houses, they've been going quickly. Most of them are taking only cash offers, or they're going over their asking prices.
Yeah.
Okay, like a lot over asking prices. So I'm like, okay, well, she put in the offer on Thursday, I believe it was, of this last Thursday, last week Thursday. She said she put in the offer and said, okay, they've got a couple more offers. They're presenting tonight. You'll know something Friday. So last Friday, and I was like, okay, I didn't expect anything.
Yeah, I figured we lost it because we've tried to buy a couple of houses and we've been overbid every time.
Yeah, so because of the fact that they had started 75,000 over what we even put in for an offer. Well, she calls us up Friday and she says, they accepted your offer. Congratulations. We're like, what?
Yeah.
We're like, no way, that's not even possible.
And then she started stealing off all the money we needed to come with. You know, the first time I got a VA home loan, I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket. I just moved in and made first house payment.
Okay, so this was Friday. They accepted our offer. So she told me that we needed to have money over to the title place by Wednesday, which was yesterday. She told me we were gonna need 300 to the seller and
escrow.
No, that goes to the seller for option fee. So 300 to the seller for option fee, and 3,000 to the title company for
we had to come up $3,400.
Yeah, so we had to come up with a total of $3,400 by yesterday. And I told her on Friday, I said, oh gosh, I don't know if that's going to be even possible at all. I said, I've got a few things. I'll try to figure out what I can do. I was really stressed about it. I just mentioned to her, can we get a loan or something? She said, I wouldn't do that because it might affect your credit to a point where
Right.
then we would get denied for it.
You know,
So-
paydays the first, second, and third of the month. IRS has not paid our refund yet. So,
Mhm.
you know, we've got the possibility of all this money come in, but not diddly squat in the checking account.
Yeah. So, she called me back up Monday, or I believe it was Monday, and said, well, how much do you have right now to put towards it? I said, absolutely nothing. I said, I have nothing right now. I said, our paydays are on the 1st and the 2nd of the month. And there's nothing I can do right now. I really can't. I said, I want this house. I don't know.
You know, and how the first fall on the weekend, and our bank sometimes the money goes in 2 days early. So, you know, it wasn't out of the realm of possibility, but of course it would have.
But it would have put a big strain on us too
we
with
would have
everything
spent
else.
half our money for the month, right there.
Yeah. And then she called back Tuesday. And this is the part that is just completely awesome. She called back and said that she talked to the seller and they've agreed and decided that all we need to do is $100 for the seller fee instead of the $400, and $300 for the earnest money, and it doesn't have to be in until this coming Monday. So all we need is $400. It's $400 total for the earnest money. And I've never heard them do anything like that before, because I've had many other instances where we're gonna buy houses. Like, we actually almost bought a house before this one. We put in the earnest money and everything, which was like, at that time, it was another year and we had gotten our income tax. So we were able to do that for the earnest money. And that was like, I think we needed like $2,500 or something at that time. But we wound up getting it back because we didn't purchase the house because it wouldn't pass inspection or something like that for the company. They wouldn't do it.
A whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That either the seller had to fix or we had to.
But yeah, we had to come up with a big chunk of change for that one too. And every other time I've heard of these big chunks of change. So we managed to do that, and we had extra days to pay it. So we have until Monday for that. So all we have to do is that, the inspection, and then the appraisal. So we saved $3,000 and we're able to do that. And there's just no other explanation for it.
God provides.
It's the house that we're supposed to be in. He made sure that we're able to do that. Everything just worked out in like a really great, I don't know. It just brings tears to my eyes when I just think about it and stuff. If you guys leave comments and stuff, if you guys have had some good testimonies, I've got a whole bunch of different ones, but this is the most recent one that just every single piece just lined up like in a chess set or whatever. It's like everything just came out so perfectly for this. So if you guys have had testimonies or different things happen to you and stuff, please leave comments and let us know, because I really want to hear what God is doing for you guys and how it's, how he's moving in your guys' lives. Because sometimes people say, well, there used to be miracles way back in, in Bible days and stuff like that. And it's like, people are like, well, we never see any miracles nowadays. Well, yeah, God is doing miracles every single day. It's just sometimes you don't see it and you don't realize it. And people don't talk about it enough is another thing, I think.
Even today, and it's not the first time something like this happened to me. I was going out, I was going to go to the convenience store, and I was going to put a for sale sign, a garage sale
sign, yeah.
And I was coming up the intersection, and for some reason, I decided to go to a different way than I normally do, instead of pulling up right next to where I was going to do it. And I pulled over into the convenience store parking lot. I got off, heard brakes, tires squealing, big bang. There was an accident right where I would have been if I hadn't, for some reason, decided to go a different way.
Yeah, so, God is good. There's amazing things. I don't think enough people on YouTube talk about it enough and say enough, because they're afraid. They don't want, their channel to get in trouble or whatever. I'm not afraid to say different, the way that I feel and my viewpoints and stuff. And I wish more people would stand up and say these kind of things, because this is just so amazing. Everything from the dream to the money issue to, I mean, even just getting the house for basically 75,000 less than what they were asking to begin with, which means possibly it'll appraise and we'll wind up having equity in the house already, which is good. Yes.
Minuteman was saying how it rained over his garden today. God provides.
Yeah.
Manna
Yeah.
from heaven.
See, there's so many different things. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Dark Angel. Amen. You gotta stay true to your beliefs. I've been talking, running my mouth on this stuff a little bit, so I'm gonna just take a few minutes to kind of skim through chat here a little bit and see what you guys are saying, because I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, Katrinka, miracles, the work of God occurs all the time in believers' lives, big and small. That's very true.
Yep.
Hey, Surviving with Terry, good to see you. Hi there, Papa's Farm. Papa's Farm, are you going live tonight after us? And thank you for the thumbs up. And thank you guys for giving us a thumbs up. And if you guys are new here and you haven't subscribed to us, why don't you think about doing that? Help us out. We're trying really hard to reach 500 subscribers by our birthdays in August. So
Yep.
We'll see what happens. But, we're trying. So if you guys could help us out, that would be awesome. Let's see what else. Yes, Johnny Friel, God plants his children where he wants them to go. He always makes a way. Yeah, I think
Yep.
it was you I was talking to too at one time in Prepper Nation's chat and stuff, and you said just he'll take care of you. He'll send you where he needs you to be and stuff. I think we were having a conversation about that at one time too.
Yeah, that's kind of, I was stressed out.
Where are we moving? We're moving to East Texas. Thank you, Papa's Farm. So glad you found your home, Kelly and Rambo.
It's like 4 hours north of here,
Yeah.
so the summers will be slightly less than here.
Yeah, and there's like trees and all around us. I mean, it's like we're almost like in a forested area, and there's lakes I think there's like 6 lakes just right around the area we were counting and stuff.
3 within 5 miles, and then 3 or 4 others a little bit further out.
Yeah. So,
But we're gonna have to learn how to fish.
the thing about it that I'm not as happy with is that it's only 1.5 acres, but
1.67.
something like that.
That's
But
right here.
way more than what we have here, and it's a small town, like a really small town, which is good because although we're not in Houston, we're a little bit north. It's still so bad here. The traffic, the congestion, the amount of people and stuff.
The town has like 2,200 population, and it's I don't know if any of you are familiar with Dallas-Fort Worth. Six Flags over Texas is in Arlington. It's a 2-hour drive to Six Flags.
Yeah, so we're in a little town. Probably have some big towns around, but it definitely is not going to be anything like this. And I'm just so happy because I know that's going to be our forever home and everything. And once they accepted the offer, I was really thinking, well, that's great and everything, but how are we going to be able to do this, So
And I was confident it would work out.
yeah, somehow it was going to.
Well, it's
but
like if it was meant to be,
Yeah.
it would work out. If it doesn't work out, it's because it wasn't meant to be.
That's kind of what so I wasn't really getting too excited about it when she told us that they accepted our offer, because I was like, okay, well, I don't know how we're gonna figure this out, so we'll just wait and see. And I was like, well, if it's not meant to be, then it's not gonna work out. So, I'm not gonna get excited about the house yet. But everything did work out, which means it is meant to be.
Yep.
And so it's just amazing. Just all the things that happened in a row. I mean, and this has only been over. It was only like over a few days too that all of this came through and happened like this. So I mean, it was really quick process.
Now, when we go visit, I'm gonna look for a shooting range, a gym to work out, and a church.
Yeah, and Oh, and we're like closing. I mean, it's like moving fast. Like at the end of July, like around the 24th or something, we should be doing closing. So it's going pretty quick. So I've got a lot of packing and different things to do. And
Yeah, for the next 3
thank
weeks.
you, Coffee First. Thank you so
Next
much.
3 weeks, we're going to be really busy.
Yeah, extremely busy. I'm still going to do the lives on Thursdays as long as we can. If we're in the process of moving or something, then it'll have to be, postponed a week or something like that. We'll figure that out, and I'll let you guys know. I'll put a community tab or
Yeah,
something
we'll-
about it,
we'll
or
try
tell
and
you
do
guys. But
Every Thursday, we might put out some other videos.
probably not until we move because
I might put out another one on grieving.
Okay, I was just saying because we're gonna be so busy packing and stuff. But
And of course, we're going to be watching John every morning.
yeah, and we'll still be watching. We'll be watching other channels and things like that. And like I said, definitely
Farm.
next week we'll be doing another live Thursday. But like I said, whenever we're in the moving process, we might have to wait or change it to a different day or something. We'll see what happens, but we'll let you guys know so you don't have to worry about that. Thank you, Ron Reno. Yes, we will have a garden there. Stephanie, I'm probably going to do raised beds is more what we're going to do. And then we're going to have, for sure, chickens. We're debating on other animals. We're thinking rabbits because they're not that hard to deal with or anything like that. And it'd probably be good meat. We're debating on goats. I don't know for sure if we want to do that or not. But definitely garden and chickens, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So, one of the problems with the place, which we can do and stuff, is it doesn't have any fencing. So we're gonna have to, make a chicken coop and things like that. So
I'm a good carpenter.
what we'll probably do is actually have some videos and stuff of doing some of the work and stuff like that. So there'll be a lot of different kinds of prepping and, all this kind of stuff to get it going and stuff.
I'm gonna have to get a chainsaw.
Yeah, there's a lot. Honestly, there's not a really big pasture. Most of the property is trees. But even though I said that it's only a little over 1.5 acres, all the property around it is all trees, and there's only, I think, one house that you can't see it from ours, but it is over there. But otherwise, I think most of them are empty lots.
There's forest behind our lot. I think I could probably go back there and hunt. One of my ideas is I'm gonna.
What we want to do too is find out who owns some of these lots around us and see if maybe they would sell them, and then we could have a bigger lot and put it together. Because there's like one house that I saw around there. And I think a lot of them might be empty lots, so I don't know if they would be up for sale or something, but that's something that we could possibly do too in the future if we wanted to.
I was thinking about cutting some trails through our forest area, cut down some trees, use the wood to build up the raised beds, maybe to build a root cellar.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of outside work to do and stuff, and
I'm looking forward to it.
Hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler up there too. But it's also a brand new house. Like, they built the house and then they sold it, so it's got brand new roof, brand new central air unit, and everything. So we'll have air conditioning. I'm
Thank
so
God.
excited about that. I mean, you have no idea what it's like to be in this heat. Oh.
But I think it's got me ready for the work I'm going to have to do outside.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like I said, you need to kind of build up your body and stuff to the heat and stuff, because if something happens and we lose the grid or whatever, most people have generators, but you might, it depends on how long the situation is. You could possibly run out of gas if you got gas generators and stuff. I mean, there's just different issues with it, so it's just good to be able to go without AC if you have to.
Yep.
Stuff.
I'm more worried about if they don't put in the fireplace.
Yeah, Dynamite, we're going to East Texas. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of due east of Dallas-Fort Worth. So it's kind of a ways up in Texas. It'll be a little bit closer for Arkansas or any other places.
Yeah, it'll be good to go out for some other meetups and stuff like that out there too. We're hoping maybe we'll be settled in enough and stuff. Maybe in the springtime we can have a meetup somewhere or something, figure something out so we can meet some of you guys, because that would be really cool.
I think maybe next time we go to Pigeon Forge, it might cut off about 5 hours travel time. Maybe 4, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was a long drive for us. That was like 16 hours when we went there last summer.
Yeah, I think from this place it's 11.
11? I thought it was more than that. I don't know, maybe.
It was 11 or 12.
Okay. Yeah, it was a little bit of a ways. Minuteman, did you read what he said? I can picture Kelly sitting in a rocking chair on top of an overloaded pickup heading across Texas now.
Yeah, Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. Hey, Sean Penrod, nice to see you. JRC Homestead, I don't know if I said hi to you, but hello. Yes, Katrinka, we are taking most of the pigeons. I'm going to try to sell some of them because they've been multiplying like rabbits. Yeah. We've got, like, the first video that I did of introducing you guys to the pigeons, which was way back in January, I believe, when we first started the channel and stuff. I think at that time I had like 8 and a couple babies and stuff. I think we have like 20 now or something. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So we're going to try selling some of them at some of those feed stores, which is actually where we bought some of them. We're going to try selling some of the babies over there. And maybe at the garage sale, who knows. Yeah, Missy said if you're by a dam, they usually generate electricity. I was just trying to go up and see what I've missed here in chat. Okay, so is there anything that you guys want to talk about tonight? Anything going on? Anything good? Anything bad? Just anything?
Dynamite said he's been through Dallas Airport twice.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to go to Fort Sill. I worked civilian contract fixing Army helicopters at Fort Sill for 2.5 years.
When are we going to Pigeon Forge again? Curious.
I don't know, but
I don't know.
I'm hoping sometime this year.
I don't know. I was hoping John would have done another meetup over there or something this year, but I'm not sure if he's going to or not. But honestly, I don't know if we'd be able to go this summer anyway, just with moving and cost and stuff like that.
Maybe he'll have something when it starts
maybe
cooling
when it
off
starts cooling off towards the fall, if maybe he does something then, that would be great. Hey, McBean, Scottish Fitness, good to see you.
That way I can go do the zip lines and the go-karts and not sweat to death.
Yeah, actually, it was pretty hot there. It was in June that we went to, and it was pretty hot. So, yeah, maybe we'll do something in the fall or something. That would be good. That way we can be settled and stuff like that, too. But
and we wanted to do the horseback riding.
Yeah, there was a lot of things we wanted to do last time we were there, and we just didn't get a chance to do them and stuff. We were there for, what, 4 days? Yeah, we took a whole week. So it took 2 days to get there, we stopped at a hotel on the way, and then when we got there the next day, and then 2 to get back.
Maybe this time I'll just do it in 1 day. That'll save us some money, so we can have more money to spend there.
Yeah, that's true too. I don't know. We'll see. How far from Fort Polk, Louisiana are we?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't think it's. I know Louisiana is like pretty close to us. It's like
I think the Louisiana border is real close.
Yeah. I'd have to look it up or something. I'm not sure. I'll try to remember and check on that and let you know.
I think it's pretty close to Freeport.
Yeah. I was just trying to check on chat here. You guys, we're not frozen. I'm like, I always wonder about that too when it gets quiet or something for a bit. It's like, oh, did they freeze? What happens?
You have to look again, but like I say, I think it's pretty close to Shreveport, so I don't know how that is to Hope.
I can feel sweat dripping off my face.
I
It's
can see
really
it.
disgusting. You can see it? Oh gosh,
Let me
it's
get your
horrible.
towel.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
All right, do you guys want to, I had a quick thing about what ifs that we could do. All right, cool, thanks. Sorry, you guys, it is, you can tell how hot it is by the sweat pouring off me and my hair sticking to my face. It's horrible. Can't wait till we get out of here. I had just a few things about what if put together, but it's not, it's just some different situations where, like if we're in a complete shift going on.
McBean's going to work.
Oh. Okay. Take care, McBean. If you're in a complete shift is going on and people come to your door, what are you going to do for each of these people? And the thing is, some people say no matter who is coming to their door, that they're going to turn them away. Like, people use different people, like, they'll use, like, kids or elderly to find out
Hey,
what you've got
Yeah.
and different things like
Find out
that,
what they
and then
got.
go back to their group. So, my question is, would you guys let anybody at all, or would you just turn anybody that came to the door away? Like for me, if somebody came to my door and said Beaverines, I'd be like, oh, come on in, you know?
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah, if you don't know the password.
yeah, if you don't know the password, you're not getting in. Other than that, you're just not answering the door, coffee first. Well, that's probably a good idea,
That's
actually,
my opinion.
is just don't answer the door. That way, you don't have to see. Okay, how do I say this? A lot of people will say different things like, you know, oh, I'm not sharing with anybody or whatever. But when it comes to down to it, and you see this little kid that's like begging you or something, how exactly do you say no? I mean, you say that you will, but in reality, it's not easy to do when it happens, is I guess what I'm trying to say. You know, so I think her idea of just not answering the door is probably the best one, because then you don't have to be put in that situation.
Like, I'm considering you can travel the country, and you got these farmlands, and they have an old barn that's falling down. Some of them they'll say, let you go in and tear down the barn and haul off as much wood as you want. I'm half tempted to find something like that and put that worn barn wood around the outside of the house to make it look like it's an old house that's about to fall down, and people wouldn't want to stop.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I wasn't sure where you were going with that story for a minute. That's another thing is during shift and people are going around looking at places that they can rob or break into houses and stuff. It could go two ways, but a lot of times if the outside of your house doesn't look like it's very nice or anything, maybe people will not go there. Another thing is if it looks like it's already been ransacked and went through, it might deter them from even messing with your house and stuff. So, you know, maybe breaking some, I mean, I don't suggest breaking your windows, but I mean, that's up to you. But making it look like maybe it's already been gone through and there's nothing left in it. You know
I've heard of some real world scenarios in third world countries where that's exactly what happens.
That people did that
Yeah.
they broke their own windows and
Well,
stuff to make it look like that, or
It
what?
it was a story in Soldier of Fortune, and I don't know where it was. Let's say, for instance, it was Somalia. And one person had a lot of money, he had a nice big fence, and he had all the food and stuff like that. And the next door neighbor, they had food, but they didn't have money to throw around, and the front yard was overgrown, and the house didn't look in good shape. And the bad guys walked past that house, jumped the fence on the house with the fence, killed the people, and took all the stuff.
of the house that looked good and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So that's something maybe to keep in mind, especially if you're bunkering in and you don't, especially if you don't have like a big mag or something like for protection and stuff. That might be one way of, protecting yourself or something like that. Just so that nobody will come to your house. Because, I mean, even if you don't answer the door, that doesn't mean that they can't break in somehow or something. So just maybe making it look like that either there's nothing there of value or something like that, that might be a best way to go, especially if your lawn is nice and manicured and stuff like that. They're gonna think, okay, well, they've got some kind of electricity or gas or something because they're using a lawnmower. Their yard looks fabulous and stuff, so they're gonna think, okay, they might have generators, they might have this or that, and so they're gonna come, try to get in, break in, and take what you've got. So
if they come for my stuff, they better bring lots of people in body bags because they're gonna need them.
well, I'm not saying that anybody else in chat, it probably happened to them too, but I'm just saying so you don't have to deal with that scenario.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing,
Great man,
another point I was going to say is that people say that, we better bring body bags or whatever because you're gonna have to leave in them and things like that. It is a lot harder than you think to just, I really don't want to say that word on here, to do what's necessary. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, well, I've got weapons, I'm gonna protect myself and stuff, but when it comes right down to it, it's a lot harder to do. And then the mental dealing with it afterwards is a lot harder than you might think. So another thing is make sure you can get your mindset right so that you don't have to deal with that, because like you could easily get some severe PTSD just like people from the military and stuff get when they're in war and things like that.
I've talked to many combat veterans that they said they remember everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not going to be as easy as some of you guys might think, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, you have to do what's right, and you can do that, but just work on getting your mind right. Get yourself ready to understand that this is what I possibly will have to do. What is the breaking point before you actually do that and cross that threshold? What has to happen before you will do that? You know what I'm saying? Get those kind of thoughts in your head now and run them through and run through some scenarios and stuff while you can, because when it just happens to you all of a sudden, you'll know what to do instead of sitting there and taking valuable time thinking, okay, what should I do now? That's why what ifs and war gaming and those kind of scenarios are so important to do before a situation.
A friend I worked with that was a combat veteran from Vietnam. First firefight that he was in, he said during the firefight, he was fine. When it was all over, he fell apart.
Yeah, and there was he was trained and stuff for that, and we're not trained for anything like that. So, yeah, there's just a couple preps that you can do right now that don't cost anything. Is one, prep your soul, because if you're not right with God, nothing else matters anyway. Nothing matters, and that's a free prep. I mean, Jesus died on the cross for us for our sins so that we can join him in heaven, and we don't have to do anything. It's not by our acts or by our works. It's just for asking for forgiveness and believing in him. So that is a very, very serious thing right now, that, not to sound too preachy and stuff, but if you're not right with God, then I pray that you get right really soon, because there's just not a lot of time left, I don't think. There's so much going on in the world. You also never know when your time is up. You just like don't.
War.
I know people don't like to think about that stuff, but I mean, it's true.
War, self-protection. I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family. For the most part, protection. but there's still some things I won't do that God would not want me to do. There still has to be some morals.
Right. And that's the thing too. When shift happens and it gets bad, a lot of people are not going to have morals. They're just going to, and also, I want to bring up something from The Walking Dead. I think most of you guys have probably seen that before. But I don't remember what season it was or something, and I don't remember who was talking, but they were saying, you know, it was Rick's group and stuff, and they were saying how they were getting so used to killing because they were doing it so often. It was just so easy for them now, and even for the kids and stuff. And that's just never somewhere where you want to be. It shouldn't be easy. And another thing is, I think everybody should pray for discernment. That way, that will help you when you are trying to decide if someone is good or bad, or, you know, so you can get a better sense of them. You know, I mean, if you have a bad feeling about someone, trust your gut, basically, is what I'm trying to say, you know? And there's a lot of evil out there and a lot of evil people out there. So you just have to really be careful, and you just have to trust your gut. And please don't get into bad situations. Don't go looking for trouble and stuff like that. Don't go to places where you know there's a lot of trouble, or there's mostly peaceful protests or whatever going on, you know? I mean, stay away from those kind of things, because you just don't want to get in situations like that. Because I care about you all, and I just...
Stay safe.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we've been rambling on and on for a little while now. Hey, Radio Prepper, good to see you. I don't know if anybody else came in while I was just going off and off. Hey, Paradise Acres, good to see you. Well, yeah, Michael G, what's one more nightmare? Protect your own, deal with it later. Yes, definitely protect your family. But in the same sense, like if somebody breaks into your house or something, yes, you have the right to do what you have to do. But don't go out looking for trouble or places, or don't go like some of these people that have no sense even carrying guns. I mean, I'm all for 2A and everything, but some of these people are just idiots. Don't go out and just like start flashing and, you know, waving it around and showing people and be like, hey, you know, I'm tough. I mean, I know you guys aren't like that. There's just some people in here just don't have any, they're just, I don't know what the word is I'm trying to say, but goodness gracious. Yes, Katrinka, the Holy Spirit gives you discernment. Yes, thumbs up, or you're eating breakfast with Beetlejuice. Thumbs up, everyone. Let's see what else is up here real quick. Yes, Dynamite, death is inevitable for all of us. Nobody knows when or anything. But what worries me is I just want you guys to be as safe as you can. I mean, things happen sometimes. We don't know our time. Only God knows when that time is. We don't know.
There's worse things than death.
Yes, and that would be going to hell. I guess I'm really on a preachy mood today for some reason. And I'm just trying to get this through to you guys that it is of dire importance.
I'm not afraid to die. I'm just not quite ready yet. There's a few more things I want to do. But death is not something I'm afraid of, because I know I'm going to a better place.
I used to be. And I think that was the reason I started having panic attacks really bad. Because when they would hit me, I thought I was dying every time. I thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't know what was going on. They were really, really bad. And then I started praying about it and things. Are you sweating a little too? I started praying about it and stuff, and eventually they started getting less and less, and I started getting less scared of it and stuff. So, I mean, but it's just, I worry about all of you guys out there. And so I just don't want you to have to go before what your time should be. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not trying to sound like I'm a badass, but hardly anything scares me other than heights. Because I know what's going to happen is going to happen. I know I'm going to be in a better place. Like, I don't know, no fear. Fear, you need to have some fear to warn you not to go someplace.
My shirt I'm wearing says "Fear Not." I don't know if you guys can see it. My shirt actually says "Fear Not."
But living in fear is not a way to live.
Mhm.
Like the old saying, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Your dog is barking at my dog barking. That's funny. Uh, let's see. So
I guess I'm not smart
So
enough to be scared.
there's something going on in North Carolina in September.
Oh, really?
Is that what you are saying, Dynamite? And then Papa's Farm's saying something about Carolina sometime in October. So I don't know. Keep us updated and keep everything updated, and we will see what we're able to do and stuff.
Yeah, let's start setting a little money aside
And
so we can do
start
that.
doing something. Yeah, definitely, because I think it's very important that we all make connections. And yes, we talk on here and stuff and in chats and different things like that, but it's not the same thing as actually being in person and just
Right.
hanging out and having some fun and stuff like that. And
Yeah, I'd like,
Yeah.
sit around the campfire, tell stories, socialize,
Mhm.
get to know each other.
yeah, I really want to do that. I think
Uh-huh.
that'll be great.
Go
All
to a
right.
shooting range, go fishing.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations, Radio Prepper. 2 away from 340 subs. It's awesome. All right, you guys. We have a few minutes left, but I think that we're going to go ahead and end it a little bit early because I'm just really, really sweating here and dying. So I need to get in something cool and cool off.
Dynamite said a bunch of them from the group of us from Virginia are going. Maybe from the Carolina one.
Yeah, maybe we'll check on that and stuff. Yes,
That'll give us-
Katrina, we need to pray for those who are married, but their partners or whatever are not preppers and stuff. And I
Yeah.
think that's a lot. A lot of that is still going on, and people are just not. I don't understand really. I don't know what else could wake people up. I mean, it took me quite a lot before I finally started realizing
I
it.
pray for everybody out there that, like I say, their spouse doesn't believe.
Yeah,
They-
it's real. I really feel bad. I don't understand because both of us are, together in this, and I just don't know how. I imagine it's got to be really, really hard if one doesn't believe in the same things and doesn't want you spending money on things or
Uh-huh.
whatever. And I always pray for all of you guys all the time that you're safe and everything, or anything you need, any prayers. If you guys have any prayers or anything that you need anything for, go ahead and drop it in the comments too, and I'll go through and put it into my little prayer book and stuff and put it down. Or you guys can email us too, not a problem. It's thepreppingartist@gmail.com. Should be on the homepage. You should be able to find that on there too. Hey, Dragon Lady, good to see you. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and close it out just because I'm so hot. I'm so sorry, but we're only a couple minutes short. But yeah, if you guys haven't liked the video yet, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and do that so we can try to reach our goal.
Be much appreciated.
Yeah, hoping to get to 500 by our birthdays. I don't know, we'll see. And then my other goal is 1,000 by January, but it's a little ways away, so we'll see what happens. But if you guys could help us out, that would be awesome. And you guys stay safe out there, and you guys have a wonderful, blessed night.
And I'm hoping someday, and in the near future, we'll be able to do multiple meetups and meet a lot of you people in person.
Yeah, we're willing to drive to different places too.
Definitely.
So to do that. So, but we'll let you guys know. All right. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night.